Think about the last time you made a mistake. Maybe you sent an email you regretted or accidentally deleted a photo you loved. In the digital world, we're used to the undo button. We're used to delete. But what if I told you there's a place where the delete button doesn't exist? A place where the past is literally set in stone, or rather set in math. We're talking about the most hyped, most misunderstood word of the last decade, blockchain.
Is it a database? A network? A revolution?
It's actually all of those. But most importantly, it's a way to ensure that the truth can never be erased. I'm Nick.
And I am Aura. This is Decode Protocol. Today we are decoding the blockchain, block by block.
Part 1. The Glass Ledger.
Nick, most people think of a bank as a giant black box. You give them your money, they write it down in a private notebook, and you just trust that they didn't make a mistake or change the numbers.
Right. And as we saw in episode 2, that trust is dangerous. So let's try a different mental model. Imagine a busy city square. In the very center, there is a giant glass box. Inside that box is a ledger, a notebook. Whenever I send you money, we don't do it in private. We walk to that city square and we write it in the notebook inside the glass box. Everyone in the city can walk up and see it. Nick sent Aura 5 coins. Everyone sees it. Everyone agrees it happened. But here's the catch. The glass box only has a small slot for adding new pages. It has no doors. There are no erasers. And there is no whiteout. This is what engineers call an append-only system. You can add to it, but you can't change what's already there.
In a traditional bank, the ledger is hidden. In a blockchain, the ledger is the most public thing in the world. Transparency is the first layer of security.
Part 2, the engineer's secret, the hash. Okay, the glass box is a great visual, but I know what you're thinking. It's digital. Everything digital can be hacked. As an engineer, I used to think the same thing, until I learned about hashing.
Hashing is the digital glue of the blockchain.
Exactly. Think of a hash as a digital fingerprint. If I take a whole page of transactions and run them through a specific math formula, I get a unique string of random characters. If I change even one comma on that page and run it again, the fingerprint changes completely.
Right. It's like a wax seal on a letter. If the seal is broken, you know the message has been tampered with. But Bitcoin takes it a step further. It links these seals together.
This is the chain part of blockchain. At the top of page 2, we write the fingerprint of page 1. At the top of page 3, we write the fingerprint of page 2.
So, Nick, what happens if a hacker tries to go back and change a transaction on page 1 to give themselves more money?
The fingerprint of page 1 changes, which means it no longer matches the fingerprint written at the top of page 2. And because page 2 changed, its fingerprint changes, which breaks page 3.
So, it's a digital domino effect. To change one thing in the past, you have to change everything in the future.
And that is mathematically impossible once the chain gets long enough. The past is protected by the present.
Part 3. Anti-tamper, the power of the crowd. But wait. What if someone just replaces the entire glass box? What if they build their own fake version of the notebook and swap it out?
That's the beauty of the distributed ledger. Remember that city square? Now imagine there isn't just one square. Imagine there are millions of glass boxes in millions of cities all over the world. Every single one has an identical copy of the same notebook. Whenever a new page is added, it's added to all of them at once. If a hacker tries to change the notebook in their city, the rest of the world looks at their own copies and says, "Wait, yours doesn't match the millions of others. You're lying."
This is why you can't hack Bitcoin. You can't just break into one server. You would have to hack more than half of the computers on Earth, all at the exact same second, to convince the world that your lie is the truth.
It's the first time in history we've created a system of truth that doesn't have a single point of failure. It's a database that doesn't have a boss.
We've decoded the glass box. We've decoded the digital fingerprint. We've decoded the chain.
Blockchain is the foundation. It's the indestructible vault where we keep our money and our data.
But there is one big question left. If there is no boss, who gets to hold the pen? If anyone can add a page to the notebook, how do we stop people from writing nonsense?
That is the secret of decentralization, the power of none.
In the next episode, we're going to find out how a world with no one in charge actually stays in perfect order.
I'm Nick.
And I am Aura. This has been Decode Protocol.
See you in the next block.